Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So in this video we are going to discuss the maximum sum subarray problem which was asked in previous year question papers, and this is one of the problems which is also asked in companies like Amazon, Flipkart, Google as well. So this is going to be solved using the algorithm which is specified, that is Kadane's algorithm. So if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, be part of the Revox family and let's move ahead in this video. So what does the problem say? The problem says we want to print the maximum subarray sum for the given array, and for that we have given the input and the output. The t number of test cases will be provided, for which list of numbers will be provided as well, and we have to output the maximum sub array sum from the given numbers. Let's look at the sample input. So the sample input as specified here is first of all we are given t number of test cases, that is 3 in this case, and then we are provided 3 different list of numbers for which the output is provided as follows: 7, 26 and 16. Now let's look at the first example and understand what the problem actually is. So the problem says we want to print the maximum sub array sum. So in this case, if you just look at the list of numbers provided here, the maximum sum for any kind of sub array here will be minimum except the one which is specified in the violet color, that is 4, -1, -2, 1 and 5. The maximum sub array sum is 7 for these list of numbers here. However, if you check any kind of different sub arrays such as the one which I've specified, that is -3, 4 and -1, it will be 0 in that case. If you just look at the last 4 numbers, that is -2, 1, 5 and 3, it will evaluate to 1, and in this manner you can go for any kind of sub arrays in this problem. You will find that 7 will be the maximum output for the sum of this list of numbers. Now there are different ways to solve this problem, but the efficient approach is what we want to look at in this video. So the naive approach would have been to traverse all the elements and store the sum in the array and then print the maximum element from the array, which will consume more time. It will consume a space of a list of numbers as well, and that is what we want to avoid in this video. So what we are going to look at is the Kadane's algorithm, and how do you do that. I will be providing a link for the algorithm for you to go in detail so that you can look at it and have a reference as well. However, in this video I will be giving a simple overview here and then we will be coding it to understand what I just said. Alright, so what the Kadane's algorithm says is that we want to print the maximum subarray sum, for which we will be declaring two variables. That is, the one variable will be max sum, which will be storing the maximum sum, and the second one will be maximum sum up till now. These two variables will be initialized to 0 first of all. So what we want to do is, for each element in our array, we are going to add it to the max sum variable, and if it is a positive number we are going to add it, if it is a negative number we are going to subtract it. However, if the max sum variable reduces to a negative number, we restore it to 0. After doing this operation, we want to check if the max sum up till now variable is smaller than max sum variable or not. If that is the case, then we replace the value of max sum up till now with the max sum, and in this manner we traverse the whole array and store the sum and replace the max sum up till now variable with the new sum if in case it becomes greater than max sum up till now. So this is the whole concept for the Kadane's algorithm, and then this kind of a problem can be then modified to ask questions like find out the maximum subarray elements for which the sum is larger. So the basics for all this kind of problem will be the Kadane's algorithm, and the rest you can do it as well. So let's look at the code and understand how do you code these kind of problems. So I have the same problem written over here with the sample input and the sample output. So first of all I would write a for loop which will be accepting the integer input, that is the number of test cases in our case, and this will handle the number of test cases. So for 3 test cases our loop will run 3 times, and then we will just create a list of numbers which will be list of map and int input dot split. Now we have a list of numbers created here, and then I want to declare two variables, that is max sum and max sum up till now, and we initialize both of them to 0. So what I want to do is traverse my list starting from the first element. So let's write for I in A. We are iterating over our list, and what we want to do is add these elements to the maxsum variable. After doing this, what we want to check is if maxsum up till now is less than maxsum. If that is the case, then we replace the maxsum up till now variable with the value stored in maxsum. Also, we check that if maxsum is less than 0, in that case what we want to do is restore this value to 0. If that is the case, we simply restore it with the value of 0. So now let's print the maxsum up till now. Now once this program is done, it will store the maximum value, that is the maximum sum, which we want to print in our case. So let's run the program and check if our program is running fine. So first of all, we pass the number of test cases. So I've passed 2 here, and now let's pass the number of elements, that is the list of numbers, and let's print. So you can see that 7 is printed, which is the maximum subarray sum for these elements. So that will evaluate to the answer which we want to bring in our case. And in other cases as well, let's just print this one and see the output is 26. So what we have done here is to calculate the sub array sum, which will be maximum in all those numbers provided in the list. So that is the program for today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, I would like you to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to share this video to your friends as well, and also join our Telegram group wherein we conduct the regular quizzes for languages, for operating systems, for different kind of concepts which are required in these kind of programming competitions or in company interview questions. So that is really helpful for you as well. So all the links are mentioned in the description box below. If you wish to subscribe, make sure to subscribe to our channel and be the part of the Rebox family. Once again, keep learning and keep programming.